The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Smashing Pumpkins there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Monday afternoon. The time is 5:38. Fellas, sounds like we all had pretty busy weekends. And I don't mean busy week. Well, maybe. No, I don't mean busy weekends. I just mean a busy week. We were all doing stuff that we loved by the sounds of it. My wife and I ended up going up to Ponsonby Road on Saturday night because the Pride Parade was on.
Right.
And we were very keen to go along and support that. We got our timing wrong because we thought it was about 7 o'clock that it started. Didn't actually properly begin till 7:30. So we were a bit early. And so I said to my wife, well, look, let's just walk along Ponsonby Road anyway, get the steps in, get the step count up, and there was heaps going on Ponsonby Road anyway. It was all set up. It was great. And we got to the end of the road and everyone had congregated. There was a great congregation of people celebrating, Pride Parade. Obviously, a lot of companies and stuff like that. And my wife and I got talking to a few people and so forth. We were just sort of mingling with the crowd there. And then it just started moving forward. And so my wife and I, we were talking with this other couple, and we didn't sort of realise that it was actually part of the Pride Parade. And we were actually walking with the Pride Parade.
Wow.
On the radio. Now,
on the
road.
Yeah, okay.
So we were walking with, all the backbones that were representing it at Pride, and old Hoyte J's walking along there with his wife and chatting away to this other couple, and then I hear, Hoyte J, Rebig gear, represent.
Nice.
Because I was wearing my Rebig gear hat. And so it was like, actually, I should just carry on with this because people think that's what I'm wearing to be part of the Pride Parade.
Right.
So, and the amount of people that were screaming out, Rebig gear.
Right.
And then I got into the music. I did a bit of a dance. Took a few items off because I was a little bit overdressed. Really got into because I tell you what.
Did you get thrown out because you're taking it too far?
Well, actually, in the end, that's what ended up happening because the further down the road we got, Mogi, the more I was taking off because I tell you what, there's a lot of buttocks. There's a lot of beautiful human bodies walking in Pride Parade.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There'll be people out there that don't know what the Pride Parade is. You explain that for us.
Well, Pride Parade is celebrating the gay community out there, the rainbow, if you will.
Thank you.
And diverse sexualities, whatever they are.
Beautiful.
So, and
as a result, and what they do to celebrate that is often it's pretty clothyless.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I've got to say, the costumes were amazing. There's a lot of music pumping out. By the time I got halfway down Ponsonby Road, I only had my Rebig hat on.
Right, so, because I wasn't there, I'm just picturing...
I was doing the old lasso.
Olders, right?
Pugs, can you do up a photo of, naked Parker from Thunderbirds?
No, Keyzie.
At the front of a parade with a Reburger hat on?
With a really horrid-looking lasso in his hand.
There's Pixies.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Good old Iggy Pop, fellas. The time, by the way, 6:42.
Here he is.
But right now it's time for...
the Stoic reading of the day.
With Hoyte J. Of the day makes it seem like you're going to do this daily, but this is probably the first one we've done in 3 weeks.
More, yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't be asked. You know what I mean?
That's very stoic of you.
Well, I'm just being honest.
Well, do you want to do it now?
Not really. But anyway, I said I would, so...
Okay, well, hang on. If we're going to do it, we've got to sell this in. I'll just replay it, and then you launch into it, all right? And just pretend like you want to be here. Right,
okay.
The Stoic reading of the day.
With Hoyte J.
Fellas, this is a really good one, and it's one that really affected me and touched me deeply and really touched a nerve for old Hoyte J, because it's something that I suffer from terribly, and it's from our good mate Seneca.
Oh, yeah.
And he writes...
Ayrton.
Yeah, Ayrton Seneca.
No, hang on, isn't he a Formula One racer?
And he writes, We are often more frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality.
One more time.
We are often more frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality.
Break it down for us, Chiz.
Can you use it in a... So, what does it even mean?
Like when you were a young kid, Keyzie,
Yeah.
and you know, had to go and swim at the pools.
Right.
And
I know the pools that I went to as well.
Yeah.
Just picture them now, man.
Everyone's at my
And you
school.
would scream and yell and at your mum, no, Mama Keyzie, no, Mama Keyzie, I don't want to do it, because you were thinking about your nips and the ridicule that you were going to get. And in your imagination, you created this world where everyone was going, "Roar."
Whereas in reality...
Yes.
Whereas in reality, people were disgusted, but they didn't really care.
Or, no,
And so the imagination took you to places that were much darker than the actual reality.
Right.
Yes, people were disgusted, but not as disgusted as they were in your mind.
I don't know. I feel like they were more. Yeah.
Yes.
So does this resonate with you at all, Mogi?
Well, it is, isn't it? It's the fear that you create in your mind.
Yes.
Is often worse than the reality. So you think, oh no, I better not do that because of X, Y, and Z. You make all the excuses, and then when you do, that wasn't that bad at all.
Yes.
So you're better off just doing it, cracking on with it.
See, but I would argue...
It's always worse in your imagination than it is in reality, unless it is worse in reality.
Well, that's what I'll argue, is that, when Jace said he was going to do a Stoic reading of the day, I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're doing it now in reality, and it's way worse than I thought.
Right, okay. What do you think about anxiety? Right?
Right, so it's when you're hungover.
Yeah, you're hungover and you go, oh my God, what did I do last night? And in your imagination, you're an absolute piece of work and incredibly handsy.
Right.
And groping and saying inappropriate stuff. But the reality is probably that you were just, a little bit steamed and you had a nice evening and went to bed.
Right.
Unless you didn't.
Unless you didn't, of course, and you were really handsy and
Shock embarrassed.
and saying really inappropriate stuff because you'd had 50 beers.
This is a hypothetical situation, though. This is not me you're talking, because it feels like you're talking about me.
No. You see, again, in your imagination, you think we're talking about you, but the
you're
reality
sitting in front of me saying that.
But the reality is we're not, are we, Mo?
No, that's right.
Okay.
But if it's ringing some bells...
Well, it's not.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Stained.
Stained.
Never really heard of them. Not really familiar with Stained, I'll be honest with you, fellas.
Well, they came out in around about your 2003, 4, round about then.
Okay.
Produced by Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
Stained were on a tour with Limp Bizkit, and old Fred Durst came out there and sang a song with them. That blew up, the live version of it, and then he went on to produce their album, and that did pretty well, although really, if you're honest with yourself, Stained are shit. But they've got a couple of good tunes.
Yeah. They're in that era of sort of like Creed and a few other bands where they've got a few songs where I'm like, I love this song.
I would say Creed are infinitely better because they've got a lot of great songs. They're about a guilty pleasure, but Stained, I tried to like them. It's a hard listen.
But there's so many bands like that, though. It's been like, even on our playlist, like quite a lot of the bands, they have a great song that's just epic.
Yeah.
And then you go and listen to more of them, you're like,
it's not very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't do that on my walk home
Aaron
tonight,
Lewis. Aaron Lewis is the fella's name there.
But yes, can I say this? And it's might be a little bit controversial. He has a very sort of standy kind of voice. I mean, it's a good voice.
It's a very classic
but it's
rock
very
voice.
It's the old school, slightly off Eddie Vedder sort of imitating,
Yes.
a little bit nasally up there, very typical of the times.
Yes.
Same as Creed. Scott Stapp ripped his voice off too.
Very much so.
Now, after 6 o'clock, we're going to try and help Keyzie snap out of his dumpling addiction.
Yeah.
100%. Good luck with that, by the way.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Chemical Brothers there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon. The time is 4:38. Fellas, I'm on the horns of a dilemma and I need your help.
Sure, man.
You got a sting for that, Keyzie?
Yeah. What was it? Dilemma.
Horns of a dilemma.
Horns of a Dilemma with Hoyte J.
Can it?
What about that Benny Hill one?
No.
Horns of a Dilemma with Jizzbot.
Let me set the scene if I may.
I'll listen to music.
So tomorrow is my youngest daughter's 18th birthday. Okay?
Big day.
Now, as you'll be aware, we've just moved into an apartment. And I said to my daughter, my wife said to my daughter, what do you want to do on your birthday?
Your apartment there, yeah.
Yeah, and she said, well, I want to get all my friends over, like the filth from out west, and I want them to come to the apartment, and then we're going to go clubbing.
That sounds great.
And I said, clubbing, really? And she said, yeah, I've got to do it.
100%.
I've got to go clubbing. And I was like, okay, fine, you can do that. And I said, what are you going to do afterwards? And she said, well, then we'll all just come back to the apartment. Presumably, one would think, in the early hours of the morning, in celebratory mood.
Well,
Now you know from your own experience of my apartment, we're at 7:50. Whilst we were having a dinner party, one of my neighbours came up and complained about the noise.
Yeah.
And I have deep concerns, and I've said this to my daughter. I said, well, how about we pay for an Uber for you and your mates to go back to your mate's place who lives out west? And she was like, no, I really want to come back to the apartment and do that. And I said, well, I just don't think it'll be very fun because we'll be coming in constantly going, shh, guys, keep it down.
Right.
They'll be thumping around all over the place, slamming bloody doors, laughing, have a merry old time, because who knows what they're going to get up to on the bloody nightclub.
Yeah, right.
Because she's legally now able to do certain things, which I'm not stoked about, by the way.
Right, okay.
What do I do here, fellas? Because it's going to turn into a shit fight.
Now, what day of the week is she doing this?
Tomorrow.
She's doing it on a Thursday.
Yeah, well.
Thursday's goal, right?
Oh, God. Have you been to a nightclub, Keyzie, or just like a bar, just sort of like a lounge bar?
I haven't been to a
Not out
nightclub.
dancing and...
No,
Yeah.
not for 10 years on a Thursday.
Yeah.
But from what I remember, Thursdays go all right.
Thursdays go good. Cheap. You get discounted drinks as well.
Thursday,
She'll be
Thursday.
drinking a power of piss she'll be singing. I guess you got to ask yourself what your priorities are, Jason.
Yes, okay.
Ask yourself this. What's more important, the happiness of my daughter on her 18th birthday or my neighbours who are all ancient, elderly, have no jobs to worry about, and them getting a good night's sleep?
Definitely my neighbours.
Yeah.
That's your priority.
Yeah, totally, man.
Another option is you could pay for a hotel or something nearby and say, what, you guys get a big hotel there and you guys all go
And
in
get
there.
all the neighbours to go and stay
Jeez, what do you think? Old Moneybags Hoyte J, Keys. What do you... I've run through my dog squad money, mate. That series isn't coming back.
You're loaded, man. I dropped the act, Hoyte J. We know you got cash to burn, brother.
I think you have to tell them, I would just say, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's what I'd say as well.
That would be me, and it's just too bad for the neighbours. They can
but
just
Mo,
cop it. It is also living, but I have lived in that environment before, and so I would say, look, they're welcome to come over beforehand. Then you can go out. Then they can go home.
Yeah.
But I'm not having all your mates. You're an adult now. You don't get to have your mates come over unless, of course, you're in your own house, which you're welcome to do.
That's a great one. When you've got your own home, you can do whatever the hell you bloody want.
Now, also, you got to keep in mind the fact that I guess, do you want her to stay home and live with you? Or do you want her to move out? Because these are the sorts of things that's going to push things to a decision one way or the other.
Well, actually, that's why I left home in the end, because I was, party boy.
Yes.
And it was like, me and your father was like, well, this isn't working out too well, this party boy Hoyte.
I reckon what you got to do is you have to go around to your neighbours, especially the lady below you who interrupted our dinner party after 20 minutes saying we were too loud, and you've got to tell them that tomorrow night's my daughter's 18th birthday. Her and her mates are going to come home from clubbing, and just so you're aware, and it'll be the only time it happens, and because it's her birthday, you know.
I'm not doing that, Keyzie.
Why not?
She's terrifying.
Okay, well, you can write a note and
Get your
slide
daughter.
it under her door.
Your daughter can go down and do it. You
Yeah,
can say
that's
it's good
not
for her,
bad.
but you can say it's good for her, but really it's because you're too much of a coward.
Yeah.
Or you can
Actually,
get
I might
your
get my wife to do it.
She'll do it.
Yeah.
And then just say, all right, have everyone over. It's your 18th birthday. Go for it, and just alert the neighbours.
Yeah, they'll come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, absolutely hammered, bang on for another 3 hours, smoking darts and all sorts, and you guys will be sweet with that, eh?
Yeah, totes. Maybe I'll make them a cheese board or something like that for when they come home.
Keyzie, you'll have to bring it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. You don't do entrees or anything, eh?
Cautious. Oh, I mean, my wife is getting a T-shirt with a number 6 on it, by the way.
Cool. Can I play the Foo Fighters now?
No.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jace, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.